welcome back to BYO Beats Podcast, your beer and music podcast. This is 60 Minutes with the Boys, January edition. We missed you last month because it was the holidays.
It was Christmas that day.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. We said, no. Family time. Yes.
Yeah, so we took a little break, got recharged over the holidays, if you can call it that.
Yeah, it was busy. It's always
mine
busy.
Was busy.
I don't know if anyone really likes the holidays all the way because of how busy they have to be. You know, like, cause it's always great because you get to give gifts, you get to see all the people, but at what cost? And then, like,
yeah, for us, it was driving all the way to Chicago and back.
Ooh, fun.
Which,
okay.
I mean, it was worth it because we took the dogs, and they always get a kick out of going back there to my parents' place. Their yard is probably about 5 or 6 times the size of our yard here, so it's so funny because we arrived at about 9 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock, and we went straight to the backyard, and just we've been cooped up in the car all day, and the dogs were just so excited to run around in the backyard and wreak some havoc for about 30 minutes. It was pretty cold, so we went inside, but yeah.
Nice.
The drive home was not fun because we came home on the 5th, and that was the Sunday that weekend a winter storm came through the Midwest, and eventually I think it hit almost all of the country. But the roads in Nebraska were decimated. And we had to spend lots of time going 40 miles an hour or slower on the ice roads, and it took us like an extra 2 hours to get home.
Out of 18 already?
14.
14. Okay. So it's 16 hours. Doing anything is too many, but I wouldn't want to do that ever. Well, especially the snow, because the snow makes it feel so much longer because you don't feel like you're going anywhere.
Because, when you're used to going 75 on the interstate, and then all of a sudden you have to pull off and take the frontage road for 10 miles at 40, or better yet, you're on the interstate going 40.
Jeez.
You're now going half as fast as you were going before.
Right. Man.
But
at least you got home.
No crashes for us.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I don't think my holiday was very eventful. It's always a little extra chaotic because it's Christmas on the 25th, obviously. My mom's birthday is the 29th. My parents' anniversary is the 30th. And then the 31st is New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. It's so much in 1 week every year. But I had fun, I guess. I haven't seen a lot of cousins in a long time, so that was nice. I also got a new job in that time, so that was nice. It's not necessarily a new job, but I'm a manager at the same restaurant chain that I was before at a different location. So that was quite the change. Still getting used to it. I'm only a couple weeks in. We'll get to that in a little bit, but we're going to stay on holiday business.
Yeah, holidays. I guess the whole reason we went back to Chicago in the first place, because we went back for Thanksgiving. And usually the rule we've been following since our two families are so far apart is we'll do Thanksgiving at one and Christmas at the other. But it ended up that we were able to do Christmas here as the plan, but then we went to Chicago for New Year's, and that was especially cool because we went to the hockey games that were at Wrigley Field.
Right. Yeah, you posted about that. That was so cool to see. I've been to some when they do them at Comerica Park in Detroit. It's really odd to be so when I went, it was on like the first baseline, and I was like, I can't see anything. But you had seats like up in the a couple levels, so it was probably really nice. I mean, the puck I'm sure was really small, but
I mean, you could track it. Our
yeah.
seats. So our seats for the Winter Classic, which was Blackhawks versus Blues, um, they were really good seats. I mean, I paid an arm and a leg for them, but it was totally worth it.
Oh,
Just to
really?
be,
Mhm.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's the Winter Classic. You know, it's when you have an opportunity to go, you go,
Yeah.
and it's cool to like because we had when we were living in Chicago, we had season tickets, not the full season, just like the quarter season plan.
For the White Sox, right?
For the Blackhawks.
Oh, that's right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, and then we also had a quarter season ticket plan for the White Sox too. So
Right.
yeah, we went to a lot of games. Uh, I wouldn't have had it any other way though. Uh, but yeah, so we were on like we got first dibs at Winter Classic tickets for being season ticket holders. So we were
Mm.
like, yeah, we're gonna go. We got
Right.
we were in like the 300 level, so that was before. It's like if you've been to Wrigley Field, the upper deck has like a lower part and then the upper part, and the upper part is underneath like a roof, but then you
Yeah.
also have those support beams that sometimes block your view. So we didn't get that in our tickets,
Nice.
and it was like a sold out, packed house. Smashing Pumpkins did like a pregame show. Chance the Rapper played at the intermission. It
What?
was it was crazy. It was so funny because we just saw Smashing Pumpkins on their tour with Green Day,
Oh, right. Yeah.
and it was so funny because like it was really cold that day and it was like kind of snowing, and you could just see Billy Corgan did not want to be there.
Oh.
Well, because they only had like a 10-minute, 15-minute set, so they literally played
Oh,
like
okay.
their three of their most popular songs and then dipped. Like, but then what was really cool was they brought Billy Corgan back to do the seventh inning stretch, quote unquote, and it was in between the second and third period. He's saying "Take me out to the ball game," and we all like everyone saying it was really funny. Um,
Okay.
then they did this. They did the same thing for the college games as well. They just had like whoever do that because that's like a big Wrigley Field tradition is having like a guest person lead the song.
Gotcha. Huh. Cool.
It was a really
Man,
cool
you got Chance
experience.
the Rapper. You don't even like Chance the Rapper that much.
Okay, what was hilarious about his set was he wasn't really allowed to swear
Why not?
because it's considered like a public venue or family friendly or whatever. So
Oh,
when he was
but
performing,
he's what? Most of his okay.
so
Why
when
did
he
you
was
ask him
performing
to
his
perform
songs,
then?
when he was performing his songs, anytime he said a word that's like higher than PG-13, which are, let's be honest, all of the swear words that he uses, they
Right.
had to like censor it.
How?
Like
So the mic was cutting out every other
the mic
minute?
wasn't cutting out. It was like they'd like throw an ad lib in or like a
Ah, okay, okay. So the DJ would have to take care
or
of it.
like a
Oh, okay.
well, like when he was like the no problem,
Yeah,
the dread-headed in the lobby. That's what he did.
gotcha.
You don't want no problem with me.
Wow, that's funny. That makes me wonder how the Kendrick Lamar show is going to be at the Super Bowl.
Well, they did. Didn't they just do like Snoop Dogg and a whole bunch of West Coast guys?
Yeah, Dr. Dre, I think, was technically the headliner guy. That's why I was confused because he was already in it like 2 years ago. Because last year was Rihanna, I believe, and she was pregnant.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
I
and
never
people were
forget
really
about that.
upset for some reason that she was pregnant and was pregnant. I don't know.
Yeah, it was weird.
They're like, she shouldn't be up there on that platform. I'm like, calm down. You just don't want her.
It's not like she's being held at gunpoint here.
Right. Yeah.
Like she wouldn't do anything she didn't feel safe doing.
Yeah. Also, yeah, she looks pregnant. She's probably pregnant. That's it's like people were upset with how she looked. I'm like, dude, do you like her or not? If you don't like her, don't watch the halftime
Yeah, if
show.
you don't go get another beer, go to the bathroom, there's plenty of things to
Do
do.
anything else. You probably got 12 different snacks sitting next to you while you're watching this game. Go get some of that. Leave her alone.
Yeah, I saw a news report that said a majority of people that watch the Super Bowl are more if they go to like a Super Bowl party, like a poll showed that a majority of people like 60-70% are more concerned with the snacks that are at the party than the outcome of the game itself. Which, I mean, to be honest, that tracks because there's 32 teams, right? But only 2 teams are playing. So, like, what are the odds that your team is actually playing?
1 in 32, but
2 in 32.
oh yeah. Okay, so 1 in 16.
One in
If
16. So that's
if you're
not a
keeping
high
track of it.
percentage. I mean,
Right?
I
Not
haven't
really. No.
cared in
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about being being a Lions fan. You just kind of hope for a good game,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's actually relevant for me. Like it's gonna be probably the most hype I've been for a Super Bowl ever, and I have a bad feeling this is gonna be a one and done type of situation, just because both the offensive and defensive coordinators of the Lions have multiple head coach offers. So that's I'm not gonna try to remember what their names are because I don't know. But
We fully dived into sports, even though we said we were gonna wait. It's okay.
yeah, we were gonna wait, and we got right to it. Well, no, it was me. I did the Super Bowl thing, and it just fit. I'm
I mean,
sorry.
I was talking Winter Classic, but
Oh
we're
yeah,
both
that's how we
victims.
got there. Yep.
But yeah, I mean, the NFL playoffs first round was kind of a dud. There's only because at this point at
Oh
the
yeah.
time of recording, we've only done wild card because there's going to be some more games
Yep.
this coming weekend before we release on Wednesday. For this is we're recording Friday night, the 17th, for all of you listening live.
Yeah.
So there's games this weekend that have yet to be played, but there only was the Texans and Bucks, right? Was that the matchup?
The only upset? Yeah.
Or it wasn't even was it an upset? I thought it
I
was
don't know. I expected Baker Mayfield to do really
Commanders.
well.
It was the Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders beat the Bucks.
Commanders
Yeah.
beat the Bucks. Yeah, on the last second field goal. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Oh yeah.
That
And
was the
I'm
only good game.
excited
All the
to
other games were blowouts.
right. I'm excited to see them play the Lions just because we didn't see each other in the regular season, and they also I saw the stats for fourth down conversions and attempts. Washington's ahead of Detroit, and
Whoa.
like Dan Campbell is the guy to go on fourth down. Uh, I shouldn't say they're ahead. Detroit went for it on fourth down more times, but the fourth down conversion rate is higher for Washington. It's higher for several teams actually
Yeah.
than Detroit. But yeah, and they're also both named Dan Quinn and Dan Campbell. So it's the battle of the Dans,
Nice.
and yeah, I'm excited. The only thing is I can't even watch the game because I'll be in a concert that night.
Oh man, you got to do the old trick that people used to do at Monday night SMB rehearsals. Pull
Put
the
it on
game
your
up on your
stand.
phone on the stand.
No, I'm not going to do that. Not for a concert. If it was rehearsal, I definitely would. They wouldn't
Yeah.
even question me. I remember being in Michigan State Wind Symphony rehearsals, and if a basketball game was happening across campus or like a few states away or wherever, he would ask the trombone section in the middle of rehearsal, "Who's winning? What's the score?" And it was like, dude, don't just make it okay. Don't tell him. But I guess it was funny because like it's like it's like a parent telling a kid they know that they've got the Game Boy under their pillow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
So
during a
yeah,
concert. If you're being paid, maybe not, you know.
no, I am getting paid, and yeah, that's the thing. And the problem is this concert's going to be so boring. So I don't want to. Boring for me, I'll say that. So that we do this orchestra does a concert every year called the Celtic. So it's Irish, Scottish influence, and we do the. So you know who Leroy Anderson is? he wrote Sleigh Ride.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, he also wrote a thing called A Christmas Festival, which is played very often in conjunction with Sleigh Ride. So he also wrote a piece called Irish Suite, and it has, I think, 6 different Irish folk tunes. I've played with them 3 years now. We've played part of it every year. Oh no, 2 years. 2 years now. Yeah, you play 2 of the movements from that. You play a piece called Scottish Suite. You play another. You play Danny Boy, which for some reason isn't in the Irish Suite. And I was like, well, really? And then they invite a Irish traditional band of some sort,
Hmm.
but like it's a real band, like band when people think of like a rock band type thing. So like drummer, bass, guitar,
Interesting.
singer. Uh, yeah. Last year it was these guys named Shane Cook and the Wood Chippers. So Shane Cook was the fiddle player, and his guitarist and pianist were also like step dancers.
Oh,
So
cool.
they would perform like mid song, and the orchestra backed them up. There was like a relationship between them and the orchestra as well.
I remember you
Uh,
talking about this last year.
yeah, it's really fun. So we couldn't book them this year, and then the people that were supposed to be there fell through or something. There's also been some political issues with the orchestra. I'm not going to get into, but yeah, don't worry, it's fine. It's been figured out. But we got this band that I don't even remember the name of. I probably wouldn't want to shout out even if I did remember. So they're fine. It's just they're playing Irish music, and they think they're so damn cool. Like their bassist looks like. Did you ever watch Laverne and Shirley?
Mm-mm.
No. There's a character named Squiggy. Go ahead, give that name a look up real quick.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, looks like Squiggy. Thinks he's yeah. Thinks he's king shit of fuck mountain, like for real. And like, and so we're doing like the something like that, and he's there like really trying to wail on the bass. I'm like, bro, calm down, please. It's not this serious. You're not that cool for playing Irish jigs, man. And like you can think it's fun and all that. You can be happy as you want. Be a realist about what you're doing. That's the point I'm trying to make. So, yeah, we're playing 4 pieces with them. 3 of them have only 2 different notes for me to play in them. Uh, yeah, I'm not talking like 2 different pitches like
Mm.
throughout the whole thing, and it's the same rhythm through the whole thing too, because it's all predictable type music. I don't hate the music. It's just not that fun to play in an orchestra. So yeah, but we are doing a movie show next, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, that sounds
Uh,
fun.
yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna stop ragging on the orchestra that I get to play with.
Yeah.
And it's just for this concert. Like I said, lots of logistical issues happened. People were getting fired, getting in trouble. It's all over now, but this organization needed some help. They got it, but a little too late.
Yeah. It kind of that kind of thing certainly puts a damper on concert preparations.
Yeah. But anyway, what were we supposed to talk about in this segment?
Well, we just moved some stuff around. So we talked
Right.
about sports, so we won't talk about that next segment. I do have
Okay.
one last thing on sports, which is a super bummer. Michigan won in hockey tonight in overtime.
Oof.
Yeah, that's a major bummer.
Yeah. To
Sorry.
me, the major bummer was that Ohio State is going to be in the college football championship, and they're going to
Yeah.
win because Notre Dame's not going to. I don't think they're going to have much of a fight to put up.
Yeah, I don't know. I because I was definitely on the the Notre Dame fraud train.
Yeah.
I didn't think they had any place even being in the CFP.
Hmm.
But they beat Penn State. So I mean, I thought Penn State was the real deal. So I guess I got to
Yeah.
eat my words, unfortunately.
The stat that changed my mind on that was that the coach of Penn State is like 1-16.
Oh, in big games,
Yeah.
yeah, he's terrible
Yeah.
in big games.
Yeah. So I wasn't surprised to see them lose.
Yeah,
But you never know. That I like the Notre Dame coach. I think he does a good job. He's a little smug, but you kind of have to be the
to
coach.
be the coach at Notre Dame, I mean, you got to. There's such
Same with
like,
Ryan Day, but
yeah. I mean, like those programs, they just have that air about them,
yep,
and especially like growing up in the Chicago area, where Notre Dame is like almost considered like a Chicago school
yeah,
to some people. Um, it makes sense. I mean, I don't like Notre Dame just because I mean I've been so ingrained in Michigan State that they're kind of rivals. So
oh yeah,
maybe
for sure.
not so much nowadays, but definitely before.
Yeah,
Um,
I would say pre 2010, they were huge rivals. I remember
mhm.
seeing lots of games growing up. Well, also my first year in SMB, our away game was Notre Dame,
Yeah.
and that was quite the trip. It was weird. They have touchdown Jesus. You know about this?
Yes, I do know about
I guess
this.
a lot of people, more people than I thought, knew about this. It's literally a statue of Jesus like this.
Hmm.
If you haven't seen it, I mean, it's just a Google search away for you.
Yeah.
But a bunch of people, we got there early, and a bunch of people took the like 20-minute walk away from where the buses were parked to take a picture in front of it, going like
Yeah,
this. I
it's right by
don't think
the stadium. But I mean, obviously your buses are probably parked well away.
Yeah, we did do a series in. That was nice. We got to meet their band. That was the most personal interaction I think I ever had with a different band.
Hmm.
Was that Notre Dame game?
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff at the Final Four. We did a lot of
Oh,
stuff with the
nice.
other pet bands. Um, the the main thing I remember was that I think it was Texas Tech, right?
Yeah, that
They were
the
weird. Like
oh, I mean, it's just
we
next
thought
door.
no, like we thought maybe it was just the people we interacted with, but we like thought they were like on drugs or something. That's what I mean by weird. Like they were acting
Oh,
erratically.
huh? Maybe they
Yeah,
were.
maybe they. Yeah, I mean they could have been.
Yeah,
Um,
Texas Tech.
I
I don't
guess
know.
so. What do
Yeah,
they do? The two guns and something.
don't even know.
They're like the Red Raiders or something.
Yeah, it is Red Raiders.
Yeah, I don't
Oh
know. It
my
was.
god, you just reminded me of one of my favorite TikTok series, where the Southern girls just look at the camera and they say this as fast as possible. I think they just say, "My name is blank, and I'm going to this place," and then whatever their slogan is. So, like for Michigan State, it would be like, "I'm Janelle Mead, and I'm going to." And I'm going to Michigan State University. Go Green! Something like that. Sorry, she was the first woman I thought of.
Yes, I know. I know what videos you're talking about. It's always like the sorority girls too.
Yeah, yeah. And
It's always SEC. It's
yeah,
always like, Suey
I,
Pig.
yeah, yeah. Boomer Turner.
Boomer
That's
Sooner.
one. Yeah, this girl. There's one. There's a few I always see. There's the one for Texas A&M. My name's Lily Patterson. I'm going to Texas A&M. Gay marriage. I swear she says gay marriage, but she's saying go mags, I think. And then the next one is I'm going. That's the other thing. There's a guy that imitates them right after him. He's
Oh,
stitched
okay.
every different one, and he does it right back at him.
That's funny. Oh, rest in peace, TikTok. Supposedly, the
Maybe I don't think so. I don't.
Well, I saw something that apparently they've either like delayed it or
Yeah, there was thoughts to delay it another like 200 something days because I don't think they can do it. I don't think they can, in good conscience and staying a democracy,
well,
do
I
that
saw
because
that
it's like communist and fascist countries are the ones that generally regulate their internet and their social media and stuff like that.
right. Sorry, I'm looking for a headline.
Okay.
Okay. So this was from this morning. The Supreme Court unanimously upheld the law requiring TikTok to be divested from its Chinese parent by the 19th or face a ban.
Oh, so okay. I mean, it's still, if they sell, then it's
Well,
fine,
if they sell, it's fine.
right?
And
But
basically,
they
the
won't.
Supreme Court is just saying the law. We're allowed to say that's law.
Oh, okay.
That's what that means.
So nothing's really changed other than they have said they're not going to
I
stand in the way of the ban.
Yes, and I saw something Congress just voted on it. I gotta find that headline. It was from this week. Maybe it was Thursday or Wednesday. I'm getting real sick of these headlines. Just all this ridiculous things.
Oh yeah,
It's like
yeah.
I hate being well informed, you know?
Right, right. Well, for a while there, I was too, and then I heard we're gonna rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. It's a beautiful name. It rolls off the tongue. Then I started paying attention again, and I've not been. I wish I wouldn't have even heard that, because in the
That's a
long
pretty
run,
dumb one.
yeah, yeah. Well, but the same one is Canada should be the 51st state, and then
Also a
Greenland,
dumb one.
and we should take back the Panama Canal. I don't know if it's gonna happen. No one does.
Honestly, I don't think any of it's gonna happen. I think it's just trying to get people fired up, which is like, I'm
I
so
guess
sick of our politicians just trying to get people fired up instead of, I don't know, maybe doing their jobs.
maybe,
Maybe actually solve a problem instead of just getting us pissed at each other.
or just I swear it was just come up with the most triggering shit that you can think of that doesn't actually matter one bit and say it on camera. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave it at that. We didn't say any names, and if you know who we're talking about, you know who we're talking about.
Yeah. Um.
Anyway, let's go
We're
back to
do we're
the.
Well, I was gonna say we're doing something pretty cool next week.
That's true. We are doing our first Twitch stream,
Yeah.
which we don't really. No, you don't really know what that's gonna be yet.
We know what we're doing, but you don't
We
know
know.
yet. So you're just
Yeah,
gonna have to tune in and find out. So it's
we
going to
know. We
be
know, like the motherfuckers that we know.
it's going to be next week, the 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes,
We will also be posting about it on our Instagram
yes.
and in
the
our
live
stories
will
and
be
stuff.
the live stream will be posted on YouTube after the fact as well. So if you
I
miss
believe
it,
it's also archived in Twitch.
oh really? Oh, okay.
But we will be also posting it to YouTube. We will
Yeah.
not be posting it to Spotify, just to YouTube.
No. Yes. Yes. I don't think we can.
We could
Do
probably figure out how,
We
but
could try, but I mean, I don't. I don't know. We like YouTube a lot, so it's a lot easier to deal with. So
yeah, get
we
excited
are
for that. Tell your friends. Twitch.tv/BYOBeats_podcast. And
TV.
with that, we're going to take a quick break, rinse out our glasses, pour our next ones, as I say, and be back at you for the second half of 60 Minutes with the Boys. Welcome back to BYO Beats Podcast, your beer and music podcast. This is 60 Minutes with the Boys. And I am going to interrupt our non-sports segment to talk about sports one more time because Alex Nedeljkovic of the Pittsburgh Penguins scored a goalie goal tonight.
Oh, goalie goal!
I love goalie goals, and this comes...
Sorry.
This comes, I believe, 2 days after placing our starter Tristan Jari on waivers because he is being kicked off the team because he is ass.
Oh, okay. I was worried that he did something.
Yeah, he did something. He was ass. That's what.
Well,
I want to say this one time and then I'll be done and then we'll be done with sports.
okay.
When he was signed to that 3-year extension, I said it was I was like, this is a dumb idea because
It's a dab idea.
it's a boomer.
Boomer.
What he had one really good year, okay, maybe 2 really good years. He was almost like in Vesna talks, and then disappeared and never had a good big game.
Yeah.
And then what I wanted to do when his contract was up was sign him for 1 year on a prove it deal. Say we're going to sign you for this. We're going to give you like this X amount of money, probably like $1 million. So like, all right, here, prove it. Prove that you're good enough to be our starter, and then we'll extend you. But no, Dubas was like, we're gonna give you a 3-year deal, and backfired. So,
Yes. Mm-hmm. So now they bought him out of that 3 years.
I don't exactly know. I think he's being. I don't know exactly what like the front office rules are on waivers. I think now it's basically like anyone can like claim him. It's weird. Okay. I don't really understand it, to be honest, but
that's right. Money's for their brains.
I probably should know as a fan of sport, but I don't know. I never really got interested in all the contract stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I never really liked doing in the video games side of things.
In like GM mode?
Yeah, I didn't really like that very much. I was like, it's not why I bought this game. I bought this game to play the sport that it's about, not to learn everything about every aspect of it. Although it is interesting to me. I saw, that reminds me, I saw this documentary on Netflix last night. My dad was showing me one of the episodes. It's called Quarterbacks. It follows Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and Marcus Mariota.
Kirko Chains.
Yeah. And my dad only wanted to watch the Kirk Cousins thing because he doesn't like Patty Mahomes.
I mean, I don't either.
This show kind of outs him a little bit. The amount of times that he's like celebrating and like just up talking himself. Like he's like, this is what I do. This is what I do. Just jumping around and just like, bro, no one cares. No one can hear you. You're on a giant football field.
Yeah.
You can keep saying it for yourself as many times as you want, I guess. But you should probably realize you're mic'd up right now. I don't know. If you like him, not sorry. You can tell me why I should, I guess, but I probably won't.
As long as he keeps torching my team, I'm not going to like him, so.
Yeah.
And those annoying State Farm commercials that I see 100 times in a day.
That's how I feel about it.
Oh my gosh. My problem with ads is not that they're becoming so prevalent and everywhere. Like, okay, fine. Like
that's not great, but yeah.
I mean, it makes me upset, but like whatever. If I have to click through 2 30-second ads in my 20-minute YouTube video, okay, whatever. Sure. But the fact that it's going to be the same 4 ads over and over and over.
Yep.
Me and Janelle are both getting fed the same Colorado Avalanche ad.
Oh, really?
It's been the only ad we've been getting on YouTube for like a week and a half. All because I was looking at ticket prices.
Wow.
I'm like, I'm when the Penguins come, I'm going to go to that game.
Right.
Like,
but then you're probably not going to get much past that. Yeah.
No, I mean, because it's 2 hours away. It's like.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
It's like, it's close enough to go once, but like on a Tuesday night, it's really hard to want to drive 2 hours at 10 o'clock at night after a 3-hour hockey game. It was hard enough, like when we had season tickets with the Hawks. It's like if it was the third period and getting like around 9 minutes left, we'd start checking our app to see when the bus was coming, because if we missed the bus, it would be another 20. Well, we wouldn't be we'd be waiting 20 minutes for the bus. So it'd be like, all right, we're going to dip 5 minutes left in the game so we can catch the bus and not be home at midnight.
Yep.
So anyways, that's enough sports. Yeah. Let's talk. It's the new year. Let's talk some New Year's resolutions. Do you have any?
Okay. So at first I didn't have any. that are like super concrete. Like there's always the ones where like, oh, I want to lose weight. Oh, I want to read more books. Oh, I want to do this and that. And that never works for me. It never works for anyone really.
Yeah.
I just want to feel healthier. That was kind of my New Year's resolution is I don't want to do things just out of habit anymore. I want to just be more conscious of what I do in my day-to-day life. The new job has kind of helped with that.
Good.
Just because you have to be on your stuff when I'm at work, and it makes it easier to be on my stuff when I'm at home. The only thing is when I'm at work, I start from zero. Certain aspects of at home are starting at -30 or something. Like there's work to be done to get it back to where it should be.
Yeah.
Like the cleanliness of a bedroom, or the like how often you change the sheet. That's something I've always been annoyed with myself about, is like how often I change the sheets. It makes me feel gross at a certain point.
So
But I don't have the energy. I can't make myself. It's just a problem.
what's honestly helped me. So in college, I was really good about changing my sheets because I just did it. I had two sets, and every time I did laundry, I would just wash the set that was on my bed and change them right then.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I got in a good habit that because I managed to like the way my schedule worked is I had exactly enough clothes to last me like 2 weeks or 1 week or whatever it was. So then it was like, okay, I have to do laundry if I want to have clothes tomorrow. So it like came to this cycle that I was in like a really good habit of it.
Yeah.
But then when you are a grown up and then you have more things at your disposal,
Right.
like now I have like 4 sets of bed sheets, you know.
Sure.
Well, I had to put a reminder in my phone to just do it.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
now I've been doing better about it with the reminders on
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
phone because I found that like I can't stand having notifications on my phone. Like if there's like a little red badge, that drives me
Uh,
nuts.
yes. That the red one drives me nuts too. The notification banners on my home screen doesn't bother me at all.
Mm-mm.
I'll let that go for way too long. I saw Austin Blower not too long ago. It was for a wedding back in November, and I opened my phone, and he's like, "Why do you have so many notifications?" Because that is how it is for him. If he sees the banners up,
Mm.
he's like, "Gotta delete it. Gotta delete it. Gotta see it. Gotta delete it." And he's like, you can just clear all of them, right? And I was like, but then I'll forget about them. And then he's like, but you don't know about them now, do you? And I was like, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, but it's for me the red bubbles. So like
Yeah. Yep. The
yeah.
symbol. Yep. That's why I've seen people that have like 12 text messages and they're not even going to read them. I'm like, what are you doing?
That drives me nuts. Or the people with like 12,000 emails.
Oh, that's me though. But that's because I've had so many accidental email subscription things
Mm.
happen a long time ago, and like as I see them I unsubscribe to them, but the message still reads as unread.
That's weird.
And on Google, on Gmail, I don't think you can mass delete thousands at a time. It is currently 5,875.
It's still a
It's
lot.
Yeah, no, it's still enough to bother you. I know, but
But at the end of the day, it's your phone, not mine. So
it is the only the. So there's a couple apps that I've gotten for this new job. One is to show like the sales and the labor for each day, and the other is to fix punch-in times. At the end of each day, we upload invoices, and then we upload a summary of the day. And I've gotten a notification for every one of those since I've started working there. But they don't show up on like the red bubble. They just show up in the app.
okay.
So like I go in there and it's like, you have 32 notifications. And I was like, but for what? And I don't need to see the invoices after I've scanned them. That's for the owners and the bookkeeper
Right. Yeah.
to deal with. But I still get a notification. The
Well, I mean,
summary.
yeah.
Oh my god! So I had my first 2 days off of work this past Tuesday and Wednesday. I didn't even get to meet this guy. We hired a new busser. Guy was fired on his first day because he tried to steal money off of the table that was left for the server.
Oh my gosh.
Like he had cleaned the table off, left, came back, looked around to see if anyone was looking, took it. It wrapped it in his wipe down towel. I'm like, bro,
Wait,
you
don't the
didn't look
bussers
around for cameras?
wait, don't I thought like bussers and servers like don't they all share the tips?
No,
Isn't that how that
not
works?
always. No. So the servers tip out to the bussers. A certain percentage of their total tips goes to the bussers, but no, most tips that servers get stay with them.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't know
it
how
has
that
to do
worked
with,
because I've never worked in service industry,
gotcha.
but I
Yeah,
mean you
it has
have
to
and my
do with,
brother did, so
yeah, it has to do with their total sales through the day.
mm,
So there's like a bracket. We actually have a poster up to help us know if a server is shorting the bussers or not. Uh, like if your sales are $1,000, then you tip 15% or something, or you tip out 15%.
yeah.
Uh, certain restaurants do it differently. Some have the servers do it directly to the bussers, so they can tip more if they want to.
Mm,
Like if a busser was like really on top of their shit one day, and the server was like, "Hey, you busted your ass for me, thank you," and gave them an extra $5 or something. But we don't do that. We take all of the tips for the bussers, and I want to say we cap out per busser or at like $30, but usually it's between 10 and 20 per shift.
yeah.
But that's money in hand that they wouldn't have had otherwise. Plus, they get their hourly.
Um yeah, so I don't know. I've kind of been struggling with resolutions this year. One I'm doing is I'm trying to drink less caffeine. Trying to
Oh,
not
I'm
do a
not.
I'm I'm trying to not do a Celsius every day. Um, like I
Oh,
won't have a.
every day? That yeah, you shouldn't do that one.
I mean, it's only 200, and
Yeah,
they
that's
say
half.
like 400 a day is the max.
Yep,
That's like okay and not going to cause heart problems.
right.
But I don't know. I feel like I should be. I want to transition to a lifestyle where I don't feel the need to drink 200 milligrams of caffeine when I wake up every day.
Right.
And it's been really, really hard. I'm not like cutting it out completely, but
Yeah.
I'm
Anyway, we haven't talked about beer yet, and
no,
I
we
gotta.
haven't.
Yeah, I want to talk about this one because this is something I don't think I've been able to bring up on the show before. So, do you chug things ever? Let me try that again. Do, so, do you remember back when chugging beer was like an aspiration in college?
In college, yeah. And then you
Yeah.
graduate and then you become a real person and you're like, "Oh, that's not attractive anymore."
No, not really.
Yeah.
So this has chuggability. So this is Blake's Black Phillip Blood Orange and Cranberry Hard Cider.
Mhm.
I think I've had this before on the show. I don't remember if it was a different 60 minutes or what. But one thing I notice with beers is I can't drink them like non-alcoholic things because either the flavor or the carbonation or some combination of the two doesn't allow me to take more than one like gulp of
Mm.
whatever liquid it is. When I drink pop, I can do that. I can get several gulps in without having to stop. That's kind of what this is like. I can get two or three before the same kind of feeling and still enjoy the drink and
Mm.
not feel like I'm chugging. That's why I brought up chugging because you kind of just have to push through that feeling if you're trying to chug something.
Yeah.
And with pop, I don't have to do that. With any juices, I don't have to do that. And also with Black Phillip, pause, I don't have to do that.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the last time I chugged something.
See, just like that.
It was probably I think it was some sort of party in the summer.
Oh, okay.
Like a 4th of July or something. Memorial Day maybe, one of those types of things, like a cookout and families there and you're outside and you're shotgunning a bush light for the fun of it.
Oh,
It's like
yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of thing.
Well, that's the thing is shotgunning is a little bit easier because the gravity of it literally forces you to chug at a certain
Yeah, unless you bail out, but
right, which I think a lot of people do. Like they get scared because they're just like, I can't take this much. I'm gonna throw it up, and it's just like, no, you're not. Just
no, you're
keep
not.
swallowing.
My problem is usually if it's too cold.
Too cold? Oh, does it make your teeth hurt or what?
Just everything hurts if it's too cold.
Uh,
Like too cold to chug.
See, I'm a big guy, and this partially is because of the giant plastic cups that every fast food restaurant has, like where a medium is already 32 ounces.
Which is way too large, to be honest. Like,
No, yeah, 32 ounces is a large, and it should be, but I want it. I don't know. I don't have one around. I probably did yesterday.
oh,
But
I got like a stadium cup right here. This is probably, yeah, this is 32.
that's 32.
And this is one of my smaller stadium cups.
Right. Well, the stadium cups makes a little more sense because you don't want to have to go back and forth several times.
Right, and usually, like, if we're getting a stadium cup, me and Janelle will usually split it.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, but neither here nor there.
Right.
I learned to chug not at a young age, but uh, I learned, and I learned with pop, and the sting of of pop's carbonation is enough to make most people stop. And I would not stop until I got a little hiccup, and then if I didn't stop, then it would come out of my mouth. Like, yeah, you can't really hiccup and drink at the same time. You should try. That's why I think that's why that's you should try. Please make a video and send it our way if you get to trying that. But yeah, I think that's why the drinking water like above, yeah, there's some trick to get rid of hiccups that includes drinking water at a certain angle or something that makes you feel like you're drowning, but you're not. You're just fooling your body into correcting that.
The diaphragm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw somewhere that if you do like controlled breathing exercises, it usually fixes it, and that works for me. I'll do like inhale for 10, hold for 10, exhale for 10, repeat until it stops.
That doesn't help me anymore because that's my normal like breathing exercise if I'm doing stuff for horn playing.
For horn playing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm glad it works for me because it's super easy.
Right. Yeah, no, it is easy. I like the do you remember the Simon Holowico breathing exercises with the sips? Oh,
Yeah.
the sips hurt.
Don't
So
like the sips.
No, if you're listening and you're not really sure what we're talking about, then I'll explain quickly or try to. So you set a metronome to I don't know, it's like 60 BPM, one beat per second, and you breathe in for 8 counts, hold it for 2 counts, and then so you go one, so that and you had already breathed all the way in, so you're trying to basically stretch your lungs that little tiny sip further, which I honestly have always wondered, is that good for your lungs? I don't know. But
It's probably fine.
yeah, well, because it's been written in books. This exercise is from a book called The Breathing Gym, written by a very famous tuba player that I can't remember the name of. But yeah, I would think they wouldn't have had us do it if there was research saying, "Hey, don't do this."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I had a beer too.
oh, that's right. Yeah,
Let's get to that. This one's called Flying Johnny.
Oh wow, Johnny's flying through.
Yeah. Um,
Flame?
shout out, yeah, he's the can art is the ring light's messing with it. It's
Oh,
a,
Evil
a
Knievel.
stuntman in a red wagon about to go off a ramp into a flaming ring.
Yeah, and also his cape is on fire.
Yeah. Well,
Ah,
the cape has flames on it.
okay, okay.
This is from No Coast
Does that mean it's
Beer.
from Kansas or something?
No Coast Beer Company, Oskaloosa, Iowa.
I was close.
Yeah. Shout out Pops. He got me this one.
Nice.
It was good. American
Yeah,
Pale Ale. I find a lot of times pale ales get way too bitter way too fast, but this one was really well balanced.
cool.
I'd drink
I
it again.
wonder. So we've said that a lot about pale ales, that they're just less hoppy in general. I wonder if microbreweries or just craft breweries have seen the mass-produced stuff and were thinking, you know what, I can balance this so much better. Because the other ones that we've had and said, like, this pale ale is not a pale ale. This is full on IPA flavor.
Yeah.
We haven't said that about many craft pale ales.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there's something to that.
Could be.
But I'd drink Flying Johnny again. I'd give No Coast definitely check him out.
Yeah.
We got about 5 minutes. Do you have any music stuff? I haven't really been. I've been actually like not in a huge music mood at the
Yeah,
turn of the new year.
I've kind of been recycling stuff. I've also just been hitting shuffle on my liked songs in Spotify and finding the jazz tunes that I don't know that well. And because I listened to them at some point, but they're jazz tunes, you can't really identify all of them immediately. There's a song called Brooklyn that I was listening to yesterday that just kind of blew my mind, even though I've heard it several times.
Hmm.
Let me get there it is, by Youngblood Brass Band. They
Cool.
sound great. And I tell me if you find a live version of this or just a recording of it that isn't on Spotify, because there's a solo toward the end that I can't tell if this is just a really crazy talented tuba player that's making electronic noises through his tuba, because it sounds like it's multiphonics,
Hmm.
which is like humming and playing at the same time, but he's playing sky high notes and making it go woo while also doing something underneath like a bass line. So I don't know what's going on. It sounds super cool. So yeah, go check out Brooklyn by Youngblood Big Band.
Yeah, I've just been listening to Blue Hour by Real Friends. It's been on repeat ever since it came out. I'm sure you guys are sick of me saying it, but it's that good. I've also been listening to a lot of Suburban Dictionary by Friend Circle. That's FRNDCRCL. No vowels.
You're why that keeps showing up on our Instagram.
Yes.
Yes, I like their stuff. I've seen I've heard a few clips from their reels on
Hmm.
Instagram, and yeah, no, I like it.
Yeah, we they played with Fluorescence in New York when we went last year, and they're
Nice,
actually playing with them again on their East Coast leg of their tour they're doing this year. So
cool.
they're cool. They're really cool guys. We talked to them after the show a little bit, and yeah, check them out. They're really good pop punk.
Gotcha.
They're from New Jersey, but yeah, Suburban Dictionary is good. Uh, their first album, Internet Noise, is also really good. All their stuff is good. So that, and then my at the gym, I've been hardcore.
Have you? Oh wow.
Yeah, I do hardcore at the gym. That helps me. A little bit of We Weren't Invited, a little bit of Wolf
Yeah.
Road, a little bit of System of a Down.
And on my way to work this morning, expired plastic came on,
Oh yeah,
and there was a cop right next to me. They had just pulled someone over, and I was like, "Do I roll the windows down?" No, it's 30 degrees. I'm not gonna roll the windows down. But I was like, I say that intro so many times, so confidently,
oh yeah.
and the uh, for those who don't know, I'll say it, and then I'll sign us off if that's all right. You see, in this world, we're all expendable. So why don't we kill the elephant in the room? It's so good, and it does. I don't know what it means. No idea. I don't know how you kill the elephant in the room. Maybe you just talk about it. I don't
I
know.
guess so.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening to BYO Beats 60 Minutes with the boys. I hope you enjoyed this. We enjoyed it this time. We had a couple shows there that we were like not so sure about, but I think I'm pretty sure about this one. All right. For myself, your boss with the sauce, Nathan Doss, and Johnny Spiegs. Remember, musicians are people too, especially with more beer.